La mezzaluna a tavola, half moon on a table. Stories from Piedmont. Sulla libertà, freedom. In mountains, one can predict the impending difficult winter through the premature yellowed leaves of a poplar tree. Down below in the valley, in the town still steaming by the heat of August, yet only sharp eye will notice it. By night, after a stormy rain, lightning and thunder, the green canvas curtains covering the balconies of the workers' buildings will be removed. Then the landlord will go out from his house situated in the ancient wall that surrounds the city, pull his rifle up in the air and shoot several times. A flock of jays will fly from his pecan tree. The premature yellowed poplar trees separating his garden and the schoolyard will not bother him. In winter, he will walk slowly, dressed with shorts and sandals, towards a hut he had built from red bricks. In minutes, a smoke will curl up from the chimney, and the so recognized smell of cut wood will be spread all over the place. In winter, his daughter with the greening eyes will sit in her pinkish room and will embroider her ancient family name. In the mountains there are witches. At least so believes my little girl. Where, here? She asks and points on a deserted wood hut at the outskirts of the village. No, I answer. Witches prefer to live in the forest. Why? She persists. Because they are afraid of people. And the wolves? Do they also live in the forest? Indeed they do. However, in the long days of winter, the hunger overcomes the fear, and they go down from the high mountains towards the rounded hills. Once, the headlights of the car met the red eyes of a big grey wolf burrowing into a trapped garbage at the entrance of the mountain town. He disappeared even before we could understand the scene. Even a domestic rabbit was seen one night. One moment he winced with fear, and next he quickly crossed the road. Probably he escaped from one of the cages in which they raise his same kind. He will eat wild herbs, and his dung will enrich the hilly land with a fertilizer richer than that of the sheep and goats licking herbs between the vine plantations. What is the difference between Conilio and lepre? I ask. Conilio is a domestic rabbit, and lepre is a wild one, answer the locals. And whose meat you prefer? That of a domestic one. It is more delicate. His food is consisted of what we feed him, answer the town people. The meat of a wild rabbit who eats wild herbs, answer the mountain people. The hunters prefer the wild rabbit compared to the domestic one. The raisers prefer the domestic rabbit compared to the wild, thin grouse who can fly over the fences and slip between the branches of the trees. The eaters prefer him on the domestic cock, who is distorted, according to them. And even he walks freely between the farmer's yard and his kitchen in the foreground. His meat has a special taste, and his mate's yolk egg has a deep orangish color. Rabbits are eaten especially in winter. It's season hunting, says the landlord. My father was a hunter in his youth, explains his daughter, embarrassed somehow. Nowadays, he keeps the Piemontese language dialect in a local theatre amateurs, plays with his grandchildren, raises quails. The eggs of the quail are good against allergy, he used to say, and feeds rabbits with leaves from the laurel tree in his garden.